market is absolutely picking up after a year of essentially a good slowdown. We're seeing great activity. In the month of September, I negotiated 9 sales, and I had 3 separate properties where I had multiple bids. So definitely there's new energy in the market. Buyers are coming in off the sidelines, and it's really exciting. But the multiple offers are really key. We've got people who are coming up, they're stepping up to the plate, they're willing to pay full price if that's what it takes to get the house. And in the prior months, people were still a little gun shy and very, very value conscious. And now people are starting to make decisions about purchasing a house because they're excited about the house, not because the dollars and cents are the top priority. Buyers are anxious about financing. They want to understand that if they come in the market, they can get a loan. That's probably the biggest question. Related to that, they want to know about the opportunity to take advantage of some of the federal programs. So they're asking about the $8,000 tax credit. They're asking about FHA loans. Again, it depends on price point, but I think there's still generally a lot of concern about financing. And the good news is there's a lot of new programs and opportunities that are opening up that are making financing more possible than it was, say, 8-10 months ago. The challenge for sellers today is really understanding pricing and accepting the fact that if they purchase their home after 2002 and they didn't make substantial changes to it, there's a good chance that they're going to take a hit on the sale. So it's helping people get their arms around the fact that they're not just going to be able to take what they paid, add the cost of a real estate commission, add some negotiating room, and price it at that level. It's helping them understand that we need to actually look at where the current competition is priced and where the closings are occurring and be right there. We can't, this isn't a market that's kind to people who want to build in a lot of negotiating room. If I interview for a listing and somebody says, I'm not really motivated and I'll only sell if I can get this price and so on and so forth, then I say this probably isn't the right market for you. But when I sit down with a family and the husband's taken a new job in Cincinnati and he's already gone Monday through Friday, and the wife and the children are anxious to catch up, then I know that they're more motivated and they're probably going to be a lot more receptive to understanding the conditions that we're dealing with today. So it's part of it's understanding where they're coming from and then giving them the right data to help arrive at the appropriate price. I think my answer is probably not going to be too original, but the bottom line is that interest rates are low. There's a good sentiment that rates are going to go up, so it's important for somebody to understand that, well, whether or not we're exactly at the bottom or whether or not they eke every ounce of blood out of a seller, which there are people out there trying to do that, but whether or not that's the case, the bottom line is that the same property will cost more to them at a higher interest rate. So that's something they need to keep in mind. The other side of it is that because a year ago in September we had the perfect storm in the financial markets and that really started to drag down the real estate market, you have a year of adjustment that's taken place. Prices have corrected, inventory has increased, so that now is a good time because there are sellers who have been waiting and not able to sell. And as buyers feel more optimistic and confident coming to the market, there's a good chance that that inventory will get absorbed and some of those values will go away. I'll start with what doesn't work. If you look in the multiple listing service, you'll see agents that are offering to throw in, a Caribbean vacation for 2 or a $50,000 selling bonus to the buyer's agent. And I think most agents look at that as a red flag that something must be really wrong. And when sellers tell me, gosh, can we create an incentive? Can we do something like that? I always go back to sort of core advice, which is that the best incentive is a quality property correctly priced and effectively marketed. And gimmicks and bonuses are really cause for alarm. And so I don't advise that. And there are people who are trying that right now, and it's just, I think people, don't trust that. Yeah, I think the thing that works really well is paying very, very close attention to how the property is presented. There's a lot of conversation about staging, and in different parts of the country, staging means different things. California, they take out all your furniture and they bring in different furniture, and I think that's a little extreme. But I have said to my sellers that you can't compete with a place that's got defects and your closets are overstuffed and things you could get away with in a tighter market are just not cool today. So I think when people talk about marketing, they really focus on the brochures and stuff like that, but I really go back to the basics, which is you have to have a quality product, and that quality product comes through before you even put it in the MLS, in your pictures, in your presentation, and that's most critical.